I'm really looking forward to writing this commission because it's the last in a series of pieces that have been based on this light idea. And I know that each of the previous composers has written a piece based on the light theme. And what I will be writing is actually a piece based on several photos that were culled from many that were submitted to a contest. These photos are all based on moonlight. And it's a very interesting concept because how do you evoke moonlight in the orchestra? You know, there's lots of different ways you could go with this, and I will be the first to say that I'm not quite sure exactly how I'm going to do it. And I think it'll be interesting watching this video some 6, 7, 8 months after we filmed it to think about what the thought process was then and how things evolve. The hardest thing to deal with as a composer is a blank sheet of paper because it can be so paralyzing you don't even know where to start. But if you have some parameters, you have some idea, motivating idea from which to work, it can actually be quite liberating. And I think that's the case with this. I think it's nice that I have these images to work with because they will give me certain ideas. And then I will probably create some sort of structure around the piece, whether I decide it to be several movements or one long movement, what the form of it's going to be. Is it going to be fast, slow, a combination of both? And then, you know, start drilling down into the details, okay? What are the themes? What are the main themes, the main ideas, the instrumentation, down to the very little nitty-gritty details. Is it the second flute? Is this the first flute? Is this an oboe or a clarinet? And that's fun, you know, that's the fun part of composing when you're really kind of like a painter and you've got all your color swatches next to you. You can think, oh, I want a little dash of red, a little dash of blue, and then, oh, I need to outline this a little bit more, so I'll add an outline. And so all those things come into play. I can't tell you right now if the piece is going to have any or all these elements, but I do know that at a certain point the piece tends to take on a life of its own. And it's a very exciting thing. This is a unique experience to be able to work with the orchestra and the musicians in a very collaborative way is actually really quite unusual and I think is going to really serve the piece well, and it makes it much more of a fun, collaborative type of project. Sometimes, you know, we think in our little room, oh, is this going to work, or is that going to work? But to be able to work with the conductor, to work with the musicians, and try a few things out, I think is going to really make the piece exciting. So I hope that it works out, and whatever happens, it's been a great process working on this residency and working on this commission.